Hello, everyone. My name is Pam Nakpil, and this is The Moving Truth with Pam. So for today, I'm excited because I have former workmates with me today. We used to work at the settlement agency together. So before I preempt everything they can say, let me have them introduce themselves to you. So let's start with Anastasia and Polina. Anastasia?
Thank you very much, Pam. That's a pleasure to be here. My name is Anastasia, and I work at NBCC as a work essential skills instructor.
Wow.
And I think I was born to be a teacher, as I taught. I've been teaching all my life.
Wow.
So in Ukraine, I worked as a university professor teaching English and the world literature, and here I have already taught English and French and work essentials.
So you speak French fluently as well?
Yeah, I
Oh
speak
my
French
goodness.
as well. I learned it for immigration.
Oh, wow.
Like I started when I was 41 years old, and then that was how it started.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, you really are born to be a teacher. And who's with you today?
This is my daughter, Polina.
Yeah, I'm Polina. I work with Magma as a language department administrator. I love to learn languages.
As well, like your mom.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And I really like to help people learn languages.
That's good.
So, yeah.
So what languages do you know now?
Well, I'm fluent in Russian and Ukrainian, and I speak I have okay English, I would say.
I think more than okay.
And I'm learning French and Arabic right now.
Arabic.
Yeah.
That's not very easy to learn, but that's good. I appreciate that. Okay, so we know what's happening in Ukraine now, but I believe you arrived before everything else happened. So what made you decide? I mean, Ukraine, university professor, you have status and everything. Why go to Canada? And why New Brunswick? Why Moncton?
That was status, but not many opportunities. There weren't many opportunities for me and for my husband, so we thought that we reached the limit there.
Okay.
And we wanted to move somewhere to have some more challenges, opportunities. And then we were thinking of moving here to moving somewhere. And my husband just found an article somewhere on Facebook, I think, that there was a family on Prince Edward Island that we were inviting people to come and to live on the land and to helping them. So I researched. It appeared that was only for Canadian residents.
Okay.
But that gave us an idea. So we decided to move to Canada because, when I was a child, Canadian flag was the most beautiful for me.
Really?
Yeah. With this maple leaf, that was like the...
Okay.
And we read a lot about Canada, about its nature and traditions, culture. And then we decided to move here because, again, when I researched, and, as a professor, I did lots of research.
I'm sure.
So I researched, and then Canada is an immigrant country.
It is.
And here you can easily be Canadian. It is all the time. You can keep your own culture and you can feel Canadian. In a more homogeneous cultures, you can never be the same kind of a person, fully assimilated. So that is why we decided that we will choose Canada.
When was this? When did you make the decision to jump ship and leave Ukraine for?
When our youngest daughter was born. That was 2016.
2016. Did you immediately go to New Brunswick? What happened? What was the process?
What was the process? For everyone to immigrate, we were searching for the program to take and to go through. We thought that would be express entry.
Okay.
And I had maximum as for work experience.
Okay.
I had my PhD as for education. I had maximum in my English, but the age, that was the problem.
I know that.
Yeah, you know that for sure. So all the stories are the same, and that is why I decided to learn French, because it could give me more points in the system. So then I started when I was 41. I started learning French from scratch, from the alphabet.
Okay.
And then in a year I passed the exam, so I passed 3
1
exams.
year?
In a year I got the advanced level in French, and that helped me to immigrate.
She's not only a good teacher, she's a good student as well, right?
Yeah,
Because not
it
all good
happens.
teachers. So, okay, Canada's a big country. Why did you go straight to New Brunswick?
Yes. First, we were thinking like taking an express entry program. We were thinking of moving to Vancouver
Okay.
because it reminded me of my native city
Okay.
on the Black Sea coast. But then we were just thinking that express entry because of my age again. Even with the fact I got more points for
Points
my
for
French,
education and everything.
I still like cannot chase with the age, and that is why we were thinking of like, give us a sign, oh Lord, could you please, universe, could you please give us a sign?
So it
And we got the sign. We met two people from Moncton
Okay.
on the same day.
from Moncton.
Yes. One was like my husband teaches karate. He's a member of the International Karate Organization, and
Okay.
he found and on Facebook he found his branch chief here.
Remind me not to fight with your husband.
Okay, I will. But he teaches kids,
Oh,
so
okay,
he will
okay.
not. He will not fight.
So you met someone
And
from
so
Moncton?
yes, and the other lady
Oh.
was the lady that had already immigrated to Moncton, and she just visited the city. We lived in Ukraine to meet her
Wow.
family, and so on the one and the same day, we met two people from Moncton. So that was a sign.
Very providential. Okay. Was it easy for you to have made the move? Because as you said, age, everything. What program did you have to go through to be able to move here?
Then it was the provincial program of New Brunswick.
so PNP.
Like as I could prove my francophone skills, like French skills, and
Okay.
I could consider myself as a francophone, so we used the francophone pathway.
Okay. So there's an advantage to learning French.
Exactly.
Right.
And then I
Okay.
had lots of students that learned French with me. I taught French as well because they say, okay, if you did it for yourself, could you please do it for us?
Okay.
And then I started teaching.
So what did you have to prepare to be here? Like, you could speak French. Does your husband speak French?
Now,
No.
unfortunately, my husband learned German at school, so he was learning English to
Okay.
immigrate here.
So was it an easy transition for you to have moved from Ukraine to here? Like, what did you experience? What were your...
The experience was a bit complicated because of COVID, because we moved in 2020. And yeah, and COVID has just started. So the pandemic has just started. Everything was closed. That was hard to find a job here, to search for a job, because the only thing you could do is only to have this online interviews and apply through the websites. But you cannot just come and say, okay, I would like to work for you. So I brought my students, like I had online students, and then I started teaching here with my online students. And then I was thinking of finding a job here. We booked an appointment with the employment counselor from the settlement agency, the Magma, and for my husband. And then she said, okay, could you send your resume as well? So I sent it. She said, you can work as a teacher with us. I said, why not?
That's
And then
good.
that was how I started working as a teacher.
So when you arrived here, who were you with? What was the family composition when you arrived?
My husband, my two daughters, and me.
Okay.
Then Polina had to move again to go back to Ukraine to graduate from university, and we stayed, like 3 of us stayed
Okay,
here.
so Polina, tell us how you came here with your mom, your sister, your stepdad, right? What made you decide to go back?
Oh, it's just because I wanted to get my education, just for my grandparents, for my dad, because they needed the proof that I'm an educated person. That's why I just finished my university. I didn't have a chance because of war. Like, I went back to Canada as soon as war started, and thankfully I was able to finish it online.
Oh, so you didn't even finish it?
Yeah, I
yet.
finished it. I have a degree now, but
Here?
no, I have a degree like in Ukraine because I finished it online.
So that was the opportunity for doing it online, because lots of students, they just moved when the war
Yeah.
started, they moved to
Yeah,
different
thankfully
countries.
because of COVID, everybody was kind of used to online.
Okay, so it's
I
like...
never thought I would say like thankfully because of
Thank-
COVID, but
You know, there are some things that COVID
Yeah.
taught
Yeah.
us. There are, I mean, I think it taught us how to be flexible,
yeah.
learned how to adjust. We
Absolutely.
cannot be inflexible. Okay, so you were in Ukraine when war broke.
Yes.
What happened? Tell us about it. What was going through your mind? How did you know that you were even at war?
Well, I heard the sounds of explosions in the morning, and I heard the sirens rings, and I was quite scared, I would say, and I didn't know what to do. I called. Well, my mom called me because they were reading the news the whole night because it was a dangerous situation, and yeah, she told me she will think of something that I can do.
Oh.
And she found a person who were able to take me to the, I would say, more safe city,
Mhm.
and like near the border city.
You
So-
were in what city when it happened?
I was in the capital in Kiev.
Kiev. Okay.
Yes, and this lady, she was with her husband, with her dad, and with her six months old
Six-month-old
child.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were together in one car. Yes, and we were doing, I think usually it's 2 or 3 hours away, but we were doing it for 20 hours because of
Wow.
the traffic.
Oh, so there was really like a lineup.
Yeah, everybody wanted to leave because, yeah.
And they were Russian troops on the other side of the road.
Yes, I'm not sure it's Russian, but I saw tanks, I saw rockets and everything on the other side of the road. And then we got this more safer city. And I was able to leave Ukraine through the border.
How many days after?
I think like 2 days, not
Yeah.
not
Well,
that
we
bad.
You're
did, it,
one
we
of
did it
them.
very quickly.
You're
Yes.
one of the more fortunate ones,
Yes,
I believe.
yes.
So what was going through your mind while this was happening? Because I know your dad was there with you, your grandfather.
Not with me. They were in another city, in
Okay.
my birth city.
So you were alone.
Yes, I was alone.
Wow. What was going through your mind, Anastasia, when this was happening? Your daughter, your eldest, is there.
Like that was impossible to, like, and I didn't expect it to happen. So I was doing my best trying to find someone to help her. So I was like, while she was on her way, I was thinking about the other steps for her,
Wow.
trying to find the person who would meet her on the border and get to Warsaw, the capital of Poland, where she could take a flight to Canada. And then we found this truck driver, like the person I had never known. He helped her, and then we found the other person in Warsaw, originally from Russia, but she helped her as well. She hosted her for a night. She booked her a flight, and she helped her to.
How were you
fly.
feeling then?
I cannot even express it because, like, it is something I would never say I would feel.
Nobody expected that anyway. So,
Like, hopefully, Magma gave us 3 days, or Magma gave 3 days to all Ukrainian teachers, so we could stay at home and
Figure things
learn
out.
how to live like with this.
okay. So how are you now thinking? The war's still on? You have family back home? How does it feel? What are you trying to do? Are your family members trying to get to other places as well?
No, unfortunately, because they're other people. They want to live their life like they lived.
As
Yes,
normal
they
as
have. Yes, they have their apartment. They love their apartment. They have a work there. They love their work, and they just love their city. So they don't want to leave. And yeah, and my dad, he should take care of them. This is like obvious. So yeah, they don't want to leave, unfortunately.
I
But
know.
yeah, life there is very, very hard, and for me, it's very scary, because every day there is bombings. There is whatever.
Missile
Yes,
attacks,
every
yes,
day.
because like the city is on the bank of the Dnieper River, and on the other side of the river there are Russian troops. So the city is shelled every day, almost every day.
How about you? You have family there, so
Now,
no more.
originally I'm from Russia, so I was born there. My family lives in Russia.
Okay. Is there no conflict?
I wouldn't say so.
No, nothing. At least, but like your
We don't often communicate
Oh,
because
okay.
still I didn't know what is their position as for the war, and they never told me that they regret. So
It's so how do you now do I know the Ukrainian community is fantastic. They're I see them all the time campaigning for all these decorations they're doing. I love the costumes. I love everything. How will you say the community is doing and helping with those who are here and those who are coming? How do you how do you see it happening? What can you say about the community?
like the community was not very active until the war started, but then like they acted as one person. They organize lots of events, they volunteer, they would like to represent the culture and to show the culture, like the the specificity of Ukrainian culture to everyone. They have the hub here, and there are lots of they collect donations. They help other people, other Ukrainians that come. The community is fantastic.
I
And
know.
now I work for NBCC. I teach Ukrainians because the government, thanks to New Brunswick government, they really did a lot for Ukrainians, for displaced Ukrainians. And working in they offer the special program that is called Workplace Strategies for Displaced Ukrainians.
And that's what you're working
And
on.
that's yes.
How,
that
how
is
easy
I'm
is it to
teaching.
place Ukrainians? Because I know there are those who are very good at English now or French, but I know some of them, as they post on Facebook, that I don't have enough English yet. So how do you handle those things? How can you place people in jobs when language is a barrier?
Lots of employers would like to help. And when they see right soft skills, right set of soft skills, they hire and they just use the Google Translate.
This technology is fantastic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's good.
They use the Google Translate, and I've had some students that couldn't speak English at all, but they got a job.
Wow.
One lady, she was an elderly person, but she got the job at MacArthur's nursery, and she couldn't speak a word in English.
How do you feel the community is responding to what's happening to Ukrainians?
The community is very active at this point because all the
I
time
mean the
they
local
send,
community.
the local community. I think that they're very welcoming.
Really?
Canadians are very welcoming.
So you feel like the community is doing extra things to make you feel.
Yeah, lots of my students say, I would have never thought that Canadian people would come to me saying, okay, and this is for you, and this is like this is some furniture for you, and this is the barbecue for your family.
Wow.
And they say, we are so grateful living here.
I know some people who actually just make them stay in their own home still before
Yeah.
when they can't find residence, right? So what advice would you give to people from Ukraine or elsewhere who want to come over? I mean, I know it's a different situation now. Will you still encourage people to leave Ukraine and come here? How do you see this happening?
Lots of people just use the opportunity to come here. This is something they would have never done if they were otherwise. Yes, so they use the opportunity, and lots of them are happy here. But here, we have to work to live here. We have to work hard. We better than whoever.
Yeah.
Immigrants have to work harder. And that is why, if you are ready to work harder, yes, you can definitely come, and maybe you will feel this place, Moncton, as your home. But believe in, like what I tell my students, believe in yourself. You can find a better job. You can find a good job, because lots of them think, now our English is not good enough. Your English will never be good enough.
Yeah.
But still,
It's different, right?
You will develop it.
Yeah.
It will come. But you have to believe in yourselves.
That's good. That's a very good advice. But if they have a teacher like her, they're going to learn fast. So how is it now, Polina, for you? I know it was a scary situation. Do you still dream about it? I mean, just thinking about it for me, I cannot imagine what you went through.
Yeah, I'm just always thinking about my family, and that's the only thing I can fully enjoy the life here. because I'm always thinking about my family. Are they safe? Are they okay? And yeah, that's it. That's what.
Yeah, it's hard. So, going back now to, like, say, the Ukrainians who are here, who came here not because they want to, but because they were forced to, right? Because of the situation. Do you hear them saying that they want to go back?
Well, some of them,
Yeah.
yes, because it's too different for them.
The culture.
The culture,
is
yes.
really different.
How different is Ukrainian culture from Canadian culture? Like, what's the very big difference that you see?
Collectivistic culture and individualistic culture.
And
Like
Ukrainians,
you're collectivistic. You're from the Philippines, so
Yeah.
you know this is the culture. Like when the community decides for you, when your
Yeah.
family decides for you,
Yeah.
when you are waiting, you are not very initiative because you have to hide your opinion and
yeah.
to keep your opinion without expressing it. But here, the difference is great because everyone expects from you being initiative,
As an
being able
individual.
to speak. Yes, being able to speak up, and that is the.
And you think they want to go back because they miss that?
Lots of them just miss their motherland.
I know. I think some people think that people come here because they want to. Not all people come here because they want to. Some are forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the case of the
we were
Ukrainians.
getting ready, you know, and your
Yeah.
own experience. We were getting ready for our moving here, but it is hard even when you are ready to move. But
Yeah.
when you are not prepared, it's incredibly hard.
What do you miss most about Ukraine?
Well, I miss my family and I miss some food.
Food. What kind of food?
Well, I really miss I really miss buckwheat.
What is that?
Oh well, it's hard to say.
Is it
Yeah.
like
A kind of grain, like
Grain?
kind of
Yeah.
cereal, yes.
okay?
buckwheat.
It's not here.
Oh well, it's here in the like
Bigger
European
cities?
shop,
Okay.
but not as like I can't
You can
have
buy
it
at
every
Walmart.
day. Yeah.
What else do you miss outside of family, outside of food? Nothing much.
Yeah, nothing much.
How are you enjoying yourself, Polina? I know you weren't planning on this path right now. You wanted to graduate from university, which you did online. Like, how do you feel yourself interacting with people? Would you like to stay?
Yes, I love Canada. I love my work. I love how I live here. Like which life I can afford for me, because in Ukraine it was like a little bit different. Yeah, so I really love it, and I would love to stay.
And you've never felt like you were not being welcome, ever?
No, I don't think so.
So you've always felt like.
Yes.
How about you, Anastasia? Was it ever always that people were welcoming?
Yeah. Here I feel like home.
Really?
Yeah. When I came here, like we would never regret. We regret only that we didn't do it earlier. So that is the only thing
Repeat
we
that
regret.
line. Repeat that line. So what did you regret again?
That we didn't do it earlier.
Yeah, sometimes.
Because really everyone is so welcoming here, and I love living here.
Yeah.
I love the people here. I love the country. I love the nature. I love the food. I love everything. Here I
Except
can say I'm
for-
home. I'm home.
Yeah. me
And
too.
Polina recently told me the same because she had a vacation and she went to France. And when she returned, that was her first vacation ever. When she returned, she said, "Yes, now I feel I'm home."
I know.
Yeah,
I was
like
just telling.
I saw Tim Hortons in the airport. I was like, yes.
I think, is it only immigrants who feel happy when they see Tim Hortons? Like,
But,
it's
you know,
really nice.
that is a funny story. When when we landed here, and that was like we did our self isolation, and then she was walking for the first time in the downtown, looking around, like she said, with my usual Ukrainian face expression, very reserved one, and people start coming to her saying, "Are you okay? Is everything okay with you?" So
Well-
again, that is the other difference. People smile here more
Oh.
often.
And I think Tim Hortons made you smile. Anyway, it was so nice to have chatted with you, Anastasia and Polina. I wish I had done this interview earlier, but I wish you all the best. And I really pray that, you know, the situation in Ukraine really just
Thank you
Just
very
gets
much.
better.
We really appreciate it, Pam, and we are happy to be here. Thank you for
Thank
having us,
you.
for
That's
inviting
Oh,
us.
my pleasure.
That's
My
a pleasure
pleasure.
to talk to you
My
always.
pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the show, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.